Do you know, I was actually just thinking, the fact that I can actually do these videos daily where I talk about, like, drama and things people have done wrong on YouTube, you know, every single day, really just proves the place that this site has got to, doesn't it? I swear back in, like, 2015, 2014 YouTube, like, you couldn't make one of these videos, like, once a month. Now you can do it daily. That's ridiculous. I mean, granted, it is the same 5 people who do stuff every single day, to be fair, so I've got to say, they're talented in their own right. But yes, hello, welcome back to the Markie channel. If you are new here, please subscribe. You know, it takes 2 seconds. You scroll down, you press a button and it's done, and you get notified when I upload videos, okay? It's a great time. And also, before we do get in this video, I do want to actually ask you guys a question, if you can help me out in the comment section. I've been wanting to get back into, like, live streaming recently, but wanting to do it in a bit of a different way. So I was thinking about maybe starting, like, a weekly show that is kind of talking about all the things that happened in the last week, but it'll be more opinion-based. You know, in these videos, I usually just kind of tell you guys what's happened. I might show a few opinions here and there, but usually it is just kind of telling you guys what happened. This show would be literally going through everything that's happened in the past week, the bigger stories, and then kind of talking about them, having a discussion with people live. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in, and yeah, I don't know if I'd put it on YouTube or Twitter or anything. Let me know what you'd prefer, and it'd probably go onto, like, a separate channel, like, re-uploaded as well. So if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know. I always kind of like to do something a little bit different, just to kind of keep my head sane. So yeah, let me know if that's something you would enjoy, okay? But yeah, either way, it's another topics video, okay? We start with the smaller stuff and we work our way up to the bigger stuff, okay? Towards the end, we have some quite interesting stuff, to be honest. I think we're probably going to leave the majority of the video for that, so let's just skim through these dead quick. So first things first, we're going to be talking about Noah Beck, okay? Who recently had an interview and an article, and I would never usually talk about something like this because I wouldn't really care, but one thing that made me very interested in actually talking about this is how dumb the LA YouTube mindset actually is, okay? So to put it this way, Noah Beck was in Sawyer, LA, and so was Bryce Hall, okay? Very different people. Noah Beck's kind of like this, like, can do no wrong kids, and then Bryce Hall's like this guy who just tries to shotgun beers and get in street fights, basically. Well, when talking about how Sawyer breaking up and whatnot, Noah Beck says, I can't be in too many videos with Sawyer House members because brands will see that and they're like, oh, well, you're doing this with Bryce, and he's not very, like, brand safe, he says. So he's saying he can't do videos with Bryce Hall because he's not brand safe. That by itself, completely fine, okay? You worry about your brand, you can be friends with him off camera, you don't need to do videos with him, you're both doing your separate thing. That's completely fine. He then goes on to talk about James Charles. So you can kind of see where this is going, right? When Beck tries to articulate the state of his friendship with Charles now, he explains, as much as I want to be open about it, there's not much I can say, because people are so close-minded. I haven't spoken with James about it, I haven't been like, yo, did you do it? I'm not going to do that. I'm just like, look, I know you, and I know who you are as a person, I know you'll be back soon. It's just a matter of time. You're not cancelled. No one ever gets cancelled. Oh, God, where do we start with that, eh? So, obviously, the slight contradiction here is that he doesn't want to be seen with Bryce Hall because Bryce Hall isn't that brand safe, but he'll happily support someone who had sexual conversations with people who were underage. Doesn't really make sense, does it? Like, Bryce Hall compared to James Charles is an angel, realistically, right? Like, yes, Bryce Hall's a bit of an idiot. He's kind of annoying, okay? It's quite cringe when he talks about how he has street fights all the time. But from what we know, because, I mean, there's no reason to assume, Bryce Hall speaks to people his age, okay? He's a very normal human being when it comes to stuff like that. James Charles, hypothetically, could be in prison, but he's too rich and he's got too many good lawyers to even be in that situation. But he's admitted to talking to at least 2 people who are underage, and you're going to sit there and support that while bashing on Bryce Hall? Like, I can't even fathom the fact that I'm defending Bryce Hall here, but it just seems completely bonkers to me, okay? And it kind of just puts in perspective that these LA YouTubers, TikTokers, or whatever will only care about, like, what kind of benefits them, okay? Brands won't work with Bryce Hall because he does all these things, so that means Noah Beck's not going to speak to him, but he also knows that brands are a bit stupid and will continue to work with James Charles because James Charles is very famous at this point and can obviously get a lot of sales people's brands and whatnot, and that's not going to affect Noah Beck if he supports James, and he's completely fine with that. It makes no sense, but I've got to say, I'm not exactly surprised. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you surprised? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. So for the next topic, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually going to talk about the fact that OnlyFans have came out and said they're going to ban pornography on the site. Now, when this first came out, I think people just assumed that OnlyFans were going to ban anything explicit in general. I'm pretty sure that's not true, and a lot of people were going from this being like, right, so what's Tana Mojo going to do? What's Corinna Kopf going to do? What are other creators going to do who have openly said they earn absolute bank on OnlyFans, right? But realistically, it isn't actually going to affect them because, like I said, I'm pretty sure it only affects pornography. But Corinna Kopf actually came out and kind of give her 2 cents on the situation. Corinna said the problem with OnlyFans is the only people being affected is sex workers, and not only are they affected, but being directly attacked. You can still post nudity, just not porn. While I won't be affected, shame on OnlyFans for the direction they're going. And then also post a link saying if anyone wants a recommendation to another site, and it's a site called fansly.com. And as you can imagine, with the type of people that are on Twitter, there was a few people in the comment section saying some stuff that wasn't exactly nice. And Corinna Kopf said, the males in my comments stay mad, fan behaviour with my post notifications on. And then finish off with saying, I'm too rich to get a real job. And that's obviously in relation to the people on Twitter, you know, like the people who have maybe like the Union Jack tattooed on the bicep or something like that. And they'll be like, oh, why you just go get a real job like that? As if like Corinna Kopf's gonna go and work in like a local supermarket just randomly. Like, obviously that's not gonna happen. She's a multi-millionaire. But yeah, either way, it does open the discussion. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think this is a good move by OnlyFans? I assume the reason they're doing it, because I've openly said before, they want the site to be used for anything a bit like Patreon that maybe even video creators could use, where like you can subscribe to their OnlyFans and you'll get like exclusive content from their YouTube videos or whatnot, or people who have podcasts and they want exclusives from that. Maybe that's the direction they're going in, and that's why they're doing this. I'm not 100% sure what the reasoning is behind it. I don't really think they need to do this to make that happen, but let me know your thoughts. Do you think they do? Do you think they don't? Let me know. And now on to the next topic. We have Trisha Paytas, who was on Dr. Drew recently and was actually speaking about the end of frenemies, and Trisha says that they didn't really do anything that wrong.
So when we had the last issue, I thought I handled myself really well. I don't know if you do. I mean, you said you haven't seen it, but the last episode, I mean, obviously it was kind of bad, but I didn't resort to like name calling. I didn't black out. I didn't like I was like, can we just end this? You know, I felt like I disengaged really well. And it kind of turned into like this, that was the final straw. And I'm like, I thought I handled myself relatively good considering the past outbursts that I've had that were really awful. And the first 2 were awful. But the third one, I was like, I feel like I was making improvement. But no.
Yeah, maybe on the video, Trisha. But I mean, after that, you know, like the countless videos that you uploaded afterwards, TikToks, tweets and stuff, wasn't really handled that well. But that's just my personal opinion.
So you had told me that many times when you have these, essentially they're rages, sort of? They're rages,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say? You have these rages, you go into sort of a blackout or a dissociative state, and you say horrible things, and you feel terrible about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
I wonder if you go back and make amends and address it afterwards or not.
Oh, all the time. And still to this day, because he brought up my outburst in December back in July. And even then I still was like, I will forever feel bad about that. Like that's something that I'll like never live down. And I thought we got past that because everyone said they, was forgiven. But when it's like thrown back in my face, I mean, I'll still continue to apologize for it because it was nasty. But this last one, I didn't go into name calling, which is like, that's my big thing.
I think the problem is, right, and to actually be serious for a second, the problem is that it's not just like a random, I'm angry in the moment, so I'm going to say this, okay? It is plenty of videos, like multiple videos, multiple tweets, multiple TikToks. It's like, there's only so much a human can take where you're just going at them until they're just like, right, I'm not going to forgive you. Why would I waste my energy on this? And I think that's the problem, okay? I think in Trisha's mind, Trisha's like, I don't think that final episode was that bad, so why did this all spiral out of control? But it wasn't really just to do with that final episode. It was everything added together. Like, yes, maybe if it was just the final episode and you apologized afterwards and then you could maybe solve it. Maybe, right? But after everything that's happened, it's looking like you maybe won. And someone who also said that it's looking like it maybe won is Ethan himself in a podcast he uploaded yesterday. Because as you guys know, Ethan's channel was actually banned for a week. He's back now, and his first video back was called I'm Done with Trisha Paytas, Off the Rails number 8.
And so her response, by the way, to my one tweet that's saying I'm sad, she made 27 TikToks about me. She made a 42-minute video about me and 23 tweets about me.
Oh my God.
Saying I'm playing the victim, I'm lying, I'm this and that, I run a cult, and all my fans are harassing her. It's like, girl, all I said was that I was sad. Did you really not expect me to be upset about this? Her total responses tallied to 51 responses to my one tweet.
So as you can see, it's not exactly that one video, so regardless if Trisha did kind of respond well in that one video, doesn't really help in this situation.
And come on, let's not ignore the timing of it. I get suspended. Keemstar takes credit for it. 2 hours later, she follows him on Twitter. and they're plotting this podcast.
I didn't know it was that quick. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know 2 hours later she followed him on Twitter and started talking about it. I think that just kind of proves that it is a petty thing. And Trisha has came out and said it's not a petty thing, which is why I keep bringing it up, because if Trisha just admitted it was a petty thing, there would be no reason to bring it back up. But it's just like, how can you deny it when it quite evidently is a petty thing? You were only doing it to get back at Ethan, let's be honest.
Let's not mince words. She's clearly doing this to you know, to hurt me, and it did hurt, and I did, you know. And Keemstar's obviously happy enough to use her as in his pawn.
The actual sad thing about this is that it's not even just like your standard like YouTube drama anymore, because they are actually pretty much family. I mean, like I said, Trisha is dating Moses. Moses is Hila's brother. Hila is married to Ethan, I want to say. Oh God, could I get that wrong? Are they engaged, married? I think they're married. Sorry if I got that wrong. But they are, like I said, pretty much family at this point, and it's actually quite sad to say that this all has to go online. Like, there's just not somebody you see on YouTube with family, realistically. It's so bizarre. It feels like we shouldn't be watching.
1 week ago! What? It's like, okay, that was a few months. People could change it. This is 1 week ago on her show talking about Keemstar.
They always will have like Ethan's back. Like the idea of even going on like drama lore, I was just like, because like regardless, like we're gonna have to see each other, right? Like I have a wedding coming up, like I hope they come, all stuff like that. Like we have to see each other eventually. So I'm not trying to like. Also, ew, drama lore trash. Like I'm not that bad. Like Keemstar called me irrelevant. Like I'm not that bottom of the barrel. Yeah, like I'm not that irrelevant. Yeah, like.
I guess she hit the bottom of the barrel.
God, Jesus Christ, that was very quick, wasn't it, to go from that to actually being on there? It's so bizarre. It's like. It's almost as if Trisha just forgets, like, this stuff actually happens. Because it's a week ago. You know what you did a week ago, surely. Now, one thing that actually is worth noting, that after Ethan did this live stream, as you can see by Trisha's channel on screen right now, the podcast is gone, okay? Trisha's show Enemies, where she spoke about, like, Keemstar and Ethan and whoever else, okay? FaZe Banks. They're all gone. The episodes are gone. And it was straight after Ethan did this new podcast as well. So, I don't know if that means that Trisha's gonna get rid of them and maybe apologize. God knows what's happening at this point. But yeah, it's just something that's worth noting. Let me know your thoughts down below on everything we spoke about in today's video. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on also starting a bit of a live show. Let me know if that's something that you would even want to see. And yeah, I guess until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, good. Bye.